Ladies and gentlemen, the Florida Atlantic University Owls won a program record 31 games during the regular season. They won their conference tournament, nationally ranked this season for the first time in program history. They won Conference USA title for the first time. They won their first NCAA tournament game, and bam, here they find themselves in the Final Four out of Del Boca Vista. Okay, it's Boca Raton.
Go, baby!
I'm sorry, it's Boca Raton. And we are thrilled to have, once again on the show, their play-by-play voice, who has been with them since, I believe, the year 2007. He'll correct me if I'm wrong. You can follow him on Twitter at KLV1063. It's Ken LaVicka, everybody. How you doing, Ken?
Gill, Kelley, I'm good. Yes, you were correct, by the way, with the years. And I'm actually more interested in talking about Lamar Jackson than myself, to be honest.
well, we're not, and I think you know why. Because people are going to be like, well, why do you need to talk to Ken and nobody else's play-by-play guy? Well, one, because you've been, you went through a lot of really lean seasons. You could never have imagined that. You established that when you were on the show last week. But here's the thing. So it's the closing stages of this game. This moment that you couldn't even have dreamt of is possibly about to happen. Florida Atlantic going to the Final Four. Can you share with everybody what happened and how it almost didn't happen?
Yeah, so I am my own play-by-play analyst and engineer when it comes to FAU basketball, and Kelley can attest to this because he's actually seen it in action when he was in South Florida. That's how it's always been. This is an athletics department that isn't exactly flush with cash. I'm fairly capable of handling these things on my own, and so that's just how it's always been. And so with just under 30 seconds left to go in the game on Saturday, as Mike Forrest was going to the line for the first of what would be 4 free throws to put the game away, the producer back in South Florida texted me, "Hey, you're disconnected." And I thought to myself, oh, that sucks. But usually it's just a pretty easy fix. Sometimes things glitch, and usually it's on this piece of broadcast equipment. You just reconnect. It's one touch of a touch screen, and you're good to go. Well, that didn't happen. So I tried it again. Didn't happen. Tried it again. Didn't happen. So here we are, and I'm sitting courtside at Madison Square Garden, approaching arguably the biggest moment of my career, and I can't get on the air again. And so the way it's set up, there are 2 tiers of media rows at these NCAA tournament games. There's the front row that spans baseline to baseline, where you have your broadcast teams, and then you have select national college media. Then you have journalists and other media in that second row. So along this row that I have, I've got Matt Norlander of CBS Sports sitting next to me. Andy Katz is sitting near me, and I start asking them, hey, can I try your Ethernet cord? Can I try your Ethernet cord? Because this equipment needs a hardline internet connection. You can't just connect to Wi-Fi. So I plug in Matt Norlander's cord, nothing. Andy Katz's cord, nothing. So I'm sort of, and Kelley knows me, I'm not a very censored person. I'm also kind of twitchy and neurotic, and so
Twitchy.
I'm not handling, I'm not handling this well. And so I'm just trying to look to see where is the source of the Ethernet so I can see if something got kicked out, unplugged, something. It's Madison Square Garden. Of course I'm not going to find that. I have no idea. I'm just hoping for a Hail Mary here. And so then I asked my producer, hey, what's the call-in number so I can just get on a cell phone? And he goes, oh, I don't know. I'm like, come on, bro, are you kidding me? So he goes off to try and talk to the program director of the flagship radio station. I'm desperately searching for a way to get back on the air. He gets the call-in number. I call in, and I'm on a cell phone. And at this point, there's about 25 seconds left to go. And what saved me is that Kansas State, after the first 2 FAU free throws, Kansas State quickly hit a layup on the other end, and Jerome Tang called a timeout. And so that saved me. That gave me about 45 seconds to a minute to sort of clear my mind. And so I've got the cell phone in my ear. I've got the headphones on my head, touching the cell phone in my ear. My shoulder's up to try and make sure the phone doesn't fall. I'm trying to update the situation, all while desperately looking for any sort of internet connection that's going to work. And then it occurred to me, you know what? There's that second row on top of me. why don't I see if those work? I wonder if they have a different source of internet up there. But the problem is the cord is taped to the table, and so it's not long enough to reach my broadcast equipment. So I'm like ripping at this cord while talking into my phone with my headsets on my head. And finally, I am able to rip the Ethernet cord away from the table. I pick up the broadcast equipment, all with the headset on and everything, plug it in, and sure enough, I notice the indicator on the broadcast equipment is getting an internet connection to it.
Wow.
So then how do I do this? And I asked someone next to me, hey, could you hold this piece of equipment while I do the final 15 seconds of the game? The producer was able to switch from the phone, which I was on, to the internet, the actual clear broadcast signal. This guy is holding this piece of equipment while I am calling the final 15 seconds of the game. I got the final 2 Mike Boris free throws and the game-ending call. So I
Ken,
missed about 4.5. Go ahead.
Let me interrupt you, and let's play, after all of that, this is how the final call went from Ken LaVicka from FAU.
Here comes Noel up the near side, left front court. 3 seconds now, 2. Noel throws him Masood. High right. It's stripped away by Davis. He's stolen. Florida Atlantic is going to the Final Four. One of the most improbable stories in college basketball history has just played out in New York City. Houston, you have a problem. Florida Atlantic is coming to town looking for a trophy.
That is awesome. No one knew a thing. That was beautiful. Well done, Ken.
I appreciate that. And making that call all while I had proverbial poop in my pants after 4 minutes of panicking. It was, but what's crazy, I was off the air for 4 minutes, but I only missed, because of that timeout, about 15 seconds of game action, and that is what really saved me.
Wow. Put proverbial poop in my pants on the bingo card, Kelley.
That is incredible.
Wow.
Incredible.
So Ken, first of all, good. I mean, I'm getting nervous just listening to that story. I can imagine after 16 years waiting for that and then happening. So the question, and I'll let you go with this because we'll have a couple minutes, is, so here you are. It's happened. They're in the Final Four. Have you allowed your brain to get to, they could actually win this all?
It has definitely crossed my mind. When you get to the Final Four, you're allowed to at least have a fleeting moment of, wow, I wonder if they're actually going to win the national championship. I do think, and I know that they have the lowest betting odds right now, but I do think they have a legitimate chance. And San Diego State is really, really good. They come in with the second best field goal percentage three-point in the nation, but FAU beat the top three-point percentage defense in Tennessee in the Sweet 16. So anything is possible, but FAU continues to show they can play any style, anytime, anywhere. It's unbelievably exciting.
It's amazing. 5.5-point dogs against San Diego State, plus 650 to win the national championship, the Florida Atlantic Owls. Ken, thank you so much for the time. And let me just say this. I hope no technical difficulties this game, or if it advances, or if they advance to the finals in the national championship as well. But you were awesome under the worst kind of pressure. Well done, sir.
Appreciate you, Gill. Thank you, guys.
Let's go get him, Kenny. I've been rocking FAU shirts all weekend. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Ken LaVicka, everybody, at KLV 1063. Could you, seriously, like that, even that description, and I'm getting nervous listening to it. Could you imagine whatever it is that you do in life? You've waited 16 years for something that you didn't think was possible, and then technology at the worst moment is about to torpedo everything, and you managed to still come up with it. He had that ready to go. He's like, Houston, you have a problem. That's awesome.
He had that loaded, ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for Ken and all those guys. And like you said starting to think about winning a national championship. We talked to him on Thursday. When they finally won that game on Saturday, like it's setting in that FAU is going to the Final Four is massive.
I asked everybody on the show last week, even Will Hill, who had them getting the Final Four. Have you allowed your brain to graduate so they can win it all? And they were still, can't happen.
Didn't happen till it happened.
Anybody can win this.
Go to VSiN.com/subscribe to become a VSiN Pro subscriber today.